On March the 27th, 2008, London Underground will begin running a passenger service to Terminal 5 at Heathrow Airport. The Piccadilly line will have a new section of railway, namely the Heathrow Terminal 5 Piccadilly line extension and an additional new station, which will be located within the new Terminal 5 building. Upon instigation of timetable number 43 on January the 13th, 2008, the Piccadilly line will begin running a timetabled service to Heathrow Terminal 5. Customers will be detrained on the westbound platform at Heathrow 123. Trains will then run empty to Terminal 5. This will allow all train operators to be road trained on the new section of railway before we carry customers. The terminating destination of the Heathrow service will be split 50-50 between Heathrow Terminal 4 and Heathrow Terminal 5, offering a 10-minute service to both locations. Remember, with the instigation of timetable number 43 at Hatton Cross, you must supplement any digitised voice announcement with a PA message informing customers whether your train is running direct to Heathrow 123 or running via Terminal 4, then on to Heathrow 123. This DVD is designed to aid and enhance your road training and route knowledge. We're using actual train running footage from Hatton Cross westbound platform to Heathrow Terminal 5, travelling along the Piccadilly line extension and back to Heathrow 123 on the eastbound, encompassing all that is new along this route and at the new terminus point. To reinforce your existing route knowledge, we will begin our journey with a direct route from Hatton Cross westbound platform to Heathrow 123. The first signal we will view is semi-automatic station starter signal WW9. WW9 Route 2 is the route that takes you directly to Heathrow 123. The harbour lights associated with this signal will be illuminated. The 20-mile-an-hour speed restriction will also be illuminated for your passage over 8 points, which will be lying in reverse. There is a remote securing facility here should it be necessary to prove this route. The next semi-automatic signal we approach is WY12 with signal post telephone, and a secondary signal post telephone in advance of the signal to aid SPAD recovery. This is followed by the two repeating signals, RWY 1101 and RWY 1102. We are now coming into view of semi-automatic signal WY 1100. Remember, this signal is approach controlled. You must be travelling at less than 30 miles per hour for it to clear. It has been equipped with a new style signal post telephone, which has a ring-in, ring-out capability, and associated Come To phone sign, which will illuminate and ring when the service operator at Earls Court control room calls this phone. A secondary signal post telephone has been positioned in advance of the signal to aid SPAD recovery. To continue our journey to Terminal 5, the next signal you require is semi-automatic signal WY11 Route 1, which will bring you into Platform 1 at Heathrow 123. From there you can be routed to Terminal 5. Semi-automatic signal WY11 Route 2 will take you into Platform 2 at Heathrow 123, where your only possible route will be to reverse eastbound back to Hatton Cross and beyond. So only accept this signal if you've been instructed to reverse here. Both routes, WY11 Route 1 and WY11 Route 2, have a route secured facility and a new style signal post telephone with associated Come To phone sign and ring-in, ring-out facilities. In advance of the signal, there is a secondary signal post telephone and route secured facility to aid SPAD recovery. Remember, there is a permanent speed restriction of 25 miles an hour in place over 5 and 6 points, which will now be lying in the normal position for WY11 Route 1 into Platform 1. We are now approaching Platform 1 at Heathrow 123. This will be used largely for the westbound traffic to Heathrow Terminal 5, although from time to time you could still be required to reverse west to east off this platform. As you pass down the platform, you will notice that a new westbound station close board has been installed. A new stopping mark has been placed on the track along with the green segment on the OPO barrier in order to assist you in finding the optimum stopping position from which to view the new OPO mirror and CCTV. At this location there is a new train operator's information board, a new autophone along with a new signal post telephone. Positioned on the head wall is a coacting signal for WY9 in order to assist the train operator and station staff when dispatching the train. Heathrow Terminal 123, Platform 1, westbound semi-automatic station starter signal WY9 has now been commissioned, along with associated remote secured facility for this route. Here you will also find a rail gap indicator for the westbound traction current section, Heathrow Central to Heathrow Terminal 5. If this is illuminated, do not depart the platform but contact the service controller immediately for further instructions. Leaving the platform heading west, on the right are the new station limit marker boards. As we approach the Pick-X junction, on the left, you'll see the permanent speed restriction board for 35 miles per hour, which will be applied over 10 points, which are now lying in the normal position as you enter the new extension. In the junction on your right are the escape and intervention shafts for the Pick-X junction. The first door on the right is the London Fire Brigade intervention shaft, which is a normal handled door. Do not attempt to evacuate through here. The second door is the escape shaft, which you and the customers should use. It has a panic bar on the door to access the shaft. Immediately in front of the door, the track is marked with yellow chevrons to aid identification, and the traction current rails have been removed to allow easier access across the track. Traction current in this area is discharged in an emergency by the use of tunnel telephone handsets. Inside the shaft, you will find illuminated lighting plungers, an autophone, fire extinguishers, a first aid box, evacuation chair, and SCD. There is a place of safety for mobility impaired people. To maintain the integrity of the place of safety, you must ensure the door is properly closed once the last customer has entered the escape shaft. The door at the top of the shaft is alarmed and will bring you out airside. You'll be met by an armed response unit, so make sure they're expecting you by informing the service controller of your planned evacuation route. We are now entering the new extension. As you can see, there are some changes to the track and tunnel. Firstly, there is a fireman's and emergency walkway along the tunnel the entire length of the Piccadilly Line extension to Terminal 5. The Piccadilly Line extension to Terminal 5 also has a fire main similar to the T4 loop. And as with the T4 loop, there are signs along the tunnel wall indicating the distance and direction of your nearest escape route. It has tunnel telephone wires instead of tunnel telephone handsets, new composite conductor rails, continuously welded flat bottom rail, concrete slab track instead of wooden sleepers, and block jointless track circuits. The first new signal you approach on the extension is repeating signal RX402. Vigilance is advised here as it is followed by signal X402, which is on a downhill gradient. Signal X402 is an X signal and as such must be treated as a semi-automatic signal. It has been provided specifically so that in the event of an evacuation on the new extension, there is only one train in any tunnel fan ventilation section at any one time. It also has a new style signal post telephone and associated COM2 phone sign. All signal post telephones on the new extension go directly to an Earls Court service operator. You are now approaching T5C. On your right is the fan shaft and escape and intervention shafts. If evacuating from here, you have to stop at the stopping mark located in the forefoot and use the walkway to access the escape shaft. The first portal with the lock safety grille is the fan shaft. If you go beyond the stopping mark and block the portal, you will render the fans ineffective. The second opening provides the escape and intervention shafts with a blue indicator light to identify the area. The right-hand door is a fireman's intervention door, and the left-hand door with a panic bar is the escape shaft door. By the escape shaft door you will find an illuminated shaft lighting plunger, the tunnel telephone for discharging traction current on the westbound only, and an autophone. Inside the escape shaft there are more illuminated shaft lighting plungers, fire extinguishers, a first aid box, evacuation chair, SCD, and a place of safety. There are 165 stairs to the top of this escape shaft, so mobility impaired people will be left at this point to await the emergency.